I'm Ashley.
I'm Lauren, and this is
Whispers in the basement.
Sometimes that's just what I think of.
Yeah, so that Whispers in the Basement creepy thing, it's pre-recorded. So now we just say who we are, and then we just stop and we sit here and we're just like, maybe I'll play the air guitar next time.
Oh, I thought you were going for a ukulele right there because you were doing
because
it's
really a very small.
Yeah.
That could be another really that question that Gage posed the other day. You can tell a lot about somebody when you ask them what their gun sound is. Mm-hmm. And mine was pew, pew, pew. So maybe it's the same concept. You can tell a lot about somebody if you ask them how they play the air guitar and if they play it like a little ukulele.
Oh, somebody did that about the way that if you're mimicking how you would answer the phone, it's we do the
Oh, yeah, because we didn't have cell phones.
But then if you were to ask,
or how do you hang up the phone?
Yeah.
We hang it up like this, and they're like, ping, ping, ping,
mm-hmm.
ping. Yeah.
And if you were to make a heart with your hands, we do this. The kids do
that. It's just what is
it? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's it looks like a gang sign to me.
I'm
or
not
roll the car window down.
Oh, it kind of looks like the Crip sign.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Gang, gang, but with love.
That's not what I thought you said, but thank you for clarifying. Oh, oy vey.
Oh, yeah, the rolling the car window down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I roll it like this, and they're just like,
me. Because that's all they've ever had is the electronic version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such strange goings on.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I have no updates. I do have an update, actually.
I was going to say, go ahead.
Oh, do you know what my update is?
I don't know. Maybe our break blow me away. I hope that it's on the same page.
I got a new pup. That's not what you were thinking.
Nope.
Yeah, I got a new pup.
I am down a pup.
Yeah.
No.
That was...
Ashley gained one. I lost one.
That's so sad. It's going to make me cry.
I talked about it enough that it's okay. Now you're going to make me cry if you cry.
I try not to think about it. She was such a good girl.
She was a good girl. Yeah, that was tragic. We can go into the lore of my birthday. Bad luck if we want to.
I mean...
Okay, but tell us about your puppy first.
Okay, so his name's Lafayette.
I
call him Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
Or Lafefe.
Lafefe's the one that's sticking with me.
Lafefe. Sometimes it's La Diablo, because he's the...
He is.
Devil or something.
He's a little velociraptor. That's the age he's at right now, is the velociraptor.
Yes. So we didn't find him. We did kind of find him. He was being given away in a parking lot with a bunch of his brothers and sisters. And our bulldog died right around Thanksgiving. I think it was the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh, I think it was.
I do.
Yeah.
And she was 14, I think. Between 14 and 16. She was old for a bulldog.
Tessa was definitely the crypt keeper, though.
I look like the crypt keeper. She did look like and smelled like the crypt keeper.
And breathed like it. Very
Thought you had a demon living in the house. Yeah. I was very I was upset when she was finally gone, and I don't know if anybody else has ever had this happen, but I can still hear her in the house sometimes. I'll be sitting down here and I can hear her walk across the floors. Yeah. It's very creepy. And right after she passed away, I would swear I would still hear her barking outside. It was just very weird. But anyways, so we swore we weren't going to get another dog. I actually said we weren't going to get any other animals because we have a small zoo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a mini petting zoo here.
Yeah.
But we pulled into this parking lot and I saw Lafefe from the road and it was instantly like, oh my God, that puppy's very cute. And so it did take quite a bit of convincing, but I left it entirely up to Aaron. I was like, let's just go look at him. And if, he's Australian Shepherd Border Collie. So everybody says high energy. I say has lots of personality.
He does have a lot of personality.
He does have a lot of personality. And he's pretty dang smart.
He's cute as shit, too.
He is.
Yeah.
He does not have the one brown eye, one blue eye. He has two brown eyes, but one brown eye has a quarter of it that's got blue in it. It's very strange. Yeah. But he's pretty much bell trained. We've had him for 2 weeks. almost 3. He's pretty much bell trained, and he loves that toy the game that you have to dig for the treats in.
Yeah.
He also
Is that the snuffle mat or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Loves shoes.
Naturally.
Loves anything in the trash. Anything that's not his, loves it.
He's like, whatever.
Oh, and he loves destroying my effing plants.
Mm-hmm.
He's very lucky I haven't killed him yet. He's so cute.
He is cute.
I can't be mad at him.
No.
But God damn it.
You're like, you little bastard.
Yeah. Every time he knocks one over and he eats, he doesn't fully eat the leaf. Otherwise, he'd be in the vet every other day. But he tears and rips them apart. And then I'm like, God damn it. It's okay. It cleans up. It's fine.
I guess it's also good to note, though, that you also have like special plants. Like, not weed, but you have like variegated, expensive. Yeah.
Rare. They're rare plants.
Rare plants.
All of the rare ones have now been picked up and they are put up high so he cannot reach them.
That's smart.
Prior to that, nobody messed with them.
Your pink princess would be gone.
If he touched that elbow, oh girl, we'd be having a barbecue that night. Barbecue Lafayette. Anyways, yeah. So it's Lafayette from, what's that movie called?
I don't know.
Fury.
Oh, okay.
So the guy
is
off
it,
of Fury.
Is that like a Marvel movie?
No, it's about World War II. Google Fury.
Right.
Brad Pitt's in it. He plays like the
command. I know exactly what you're thinking now. Okay.
So that's based off of true events, and the guy that Brad Pitt plays, his name in real life was Lafayette.
I was thinking that you were talking about Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, no.
That's the only movie
I don't even
think
I've
of.
ever seen that movie.
I haven't either, but...
but Aaron suggested Lafayette, and then I said, well, you're definitely going to have Memphis's buy-in because that kid's addicted to Hamilton, and Lafayette is one of his favorite characters. So.
That's also true.
Yeah. So yeah. That's my update.
Nice. Okay, so my update. Tragic. We'll get past this. Use some dark humor. All right, so awful. My husband's deployed. I can say that. I just can't say like where or when he's coming home. Not that I know at this point. But like my whole goal of the deployment was to keep his hunting dog, which is like honestly his best friend. When I say hunting dog, she's also a couch potato, alive. Do not let the dog die while he's gone.
I think that also you felt this way though because you killed his fish.
I did kill his fish. We did have this conversation the other day too.
Yeah, it was merely out of like that one. I mean, they were both purely like accidental, but
yeah,
the fish,
the fish. I did not know how to clean an aquarium. I killed his fish, but so she had a hip injury that she had gotten, and so we healed that, and then I noticed she was breathing weird. Took her to the vet. I will note that everybody, even Ashley, had given me some trauma because Ashley was like, you're going to be the worst parent. You're going to be so annoying because you're overthinking like your dog. Guess who was right? Me.
Well, maybe. We will never know.
Well, I mean, she did have a
heart issue.
Yeah, she had a 3rd degree AV block.
I think continue with your story.
So took her to the vet. We got x-rays done. Had to take her to the university to get a pacemaker because they said that either she gets the pacemaker or it's like sudden death is the risk that she was at. So got the pacemaker. It was like everything was great. We got the stitches out at the 2-week mark. And then it was like my birthday. We went out with my mom and ate pasta, had some beer. And then the next morning I woke up and her pulse was slower than normal and she was like acting funny, so took her to the emergency vet at the university, and then found out that the pacemaker failed. Long story short, she had to be put to sleep. It was very tragic,
but it failed because it was almost like it had gotten flipped.
Yeah, the battery had flipped 180 degrees, and somehow the lead that like connects to her heart that keeps it pumping had been dislodged, even though I had followed all of the rules and everything. So yeah. So
my thought was it inevitable? Yes. Do I think somebody played off of your like...
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Seth and I also thought that.
They saw cha-chings?
Yes.
This woman will pay multi-million dollars. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, it was like $5,000.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it was
I could not.
Yeah, so I mean, we
But you don't have
basically,
kids, so.
yeah, we basically got the option of doing another surgery that would be a $6,000 or $7,000, and so we decided just to go ahead and like let her have a last hamburger and French fries, and yeah, it was terrible. But not surprising at this point because after my birthday, it seems like I had a pretty decent birthday all throughout my life until I hit my 18th birthday. The day after my 18th birthday, my father passed away. Like tragically, suddenly. He had like a ruptured varice in his throat, and so he basically bled to death. And, you know, then I tried to offset that by also getting another dog like 2 years later. And her birthday was on my dad's death date.
Which you would, okay, yeah.
So then now Boo's also gone.
Yes.
So then it was like the 18th and 19th are now going to be just terrible days
For sure.
for, you know, grief. But it's life.
Okay.
It's life.
It's okay. We're still
We're
trudging along.
Yeah, we're still here. And we have Gypsy Rose Blanchard keeping us in good spirits.
We do. Sort of.
So Ashley and I have been like having these, I don't even know if we've even made the podcast or if we've talked about it before we've even started recording.
I don't really remember, to be honest, but I am a little pissed off because there were 5 unlocked episodes the other night. Started one, fell asleep. This morning, there's only fucking 4 unlocked episodes.
That's so annoying.
I have not seen episode 2, 3, or 4 now.
I wonder if you know, so does your mom have like Dish or something? Could you
can
hook her?
still hook it up through Hulu. I don't understand why
It's not working.
No, it says something about Disney Hulu.
That's annoying.
I know. I don't understand it. It's weird as shit. But it's okay.
Yeah, so okay, you had the initial Gypsy Rose, like her right getting out of prison, and now Lifetime is doing a life after lockup. Yeah, and so Ashley and I had been like bantering back and forth about her, I guess, soon to be ex-husband,
Ryan,
because Ryan gives me the ultimate ick. And Ashley was like, he's not that bad. And so then this morning,
I can still kind of see it, but at the same time, he has reason.
Oh, facts. Like, it's almost like, you know, whenever guys are like, she was crazy, but did you make her
crazy?
Yeah. Like, did you do something to trigger
brought
it?
out some of it. Yeah. I'm not saying like she's completely to blame. I'm just saying like
No, and realistically,
he definitely has some internal work he needs to do for himself. But that was just like a bad situation.
Let's be honest, it's not like she's been alone to grow up or learn.
In all honesty, she should just be by herself for a bit.
Absolutely. In building that relationship with her mom or with her stepmom and dad.
Yeah, but now she's pregnant, so
now she's kind of fucked at this point.
She's about to get a real big dose of life.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because then last week we talked about how her boyfriend, the baby daddy,
Ken.
Yeah, it was speculated that he had possibly been on Grindr.
Well, you can, her dad made a very valid point, and I guess it's episode 5 that I started to watch this morning. He made a very valid point about how, Ken didn't want to be with her, and he left the picture, and he just feels like he's trying to weasel his way back in now, and it's your brain does have to wonder.
Well, and also the reason that he gave
to tell his side of the story,
it doesn't make sense to me.
Why did he have her stepmom's number?
I don't know. Had he just maintained contact with her, or like did it come out of the work?
Did they ever meet?
Yeah, they had met.
So
Ken had met both of the parents multiple times throughout because I think their relationship was over like a couple year period, I think. And then they broke up.
I just find that very strange.
That they still are in contact?
Yeah, that he would just like, why reach out to her stepmom?
I don't know. I'd love to know. I'm wondering if maybe like the stepmom was like also a way to like maybe always have leverage to get back with her if he wanted to.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I still don't understand his reasoning for why he ended things with her initially then.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the full story. It's just the whole thing's very weird to me.
Yeah.
It's like I just feel like he's not in it for the right reasons.
I don't think he is either. But okay, so have you gotten to the episode where they talk about how Gypsy was told to deactivate all of her social media?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that then later.
But I think she probably should have.
Well, we'll get to that. It's more about Ryan, but we'll talk about it in the next week's episode.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, speaking of, how the brain works, Lauren sent me this really weird Reddit the other night. And it was about this girl that swears that she has been a lobster in a previous life. And so then the comments on that thread got even more interesting the further down you went. And it was like, were you just doing lobster things, living your best lobster life? And then there were people that were talking about how they remembered being, I don't even remember, but they remembered somebody remembered being a canine. And that caused me a whole lot of fuck up in the head because I was like, man, all those times I get mad at my dog, it's like, am I getting mad at,
a future person?
Yeah, like Franklin Roosevelt. I don't know. That's been reincarnated into a dog. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But then there was this one that talked about how they felt like they had dreams of being in a different world, and they were chased down and killed by Neanderthals. And this got me thinking because and you can ask anybody that I know, have some very vivid, crazy, fucked up dreams.
You really do, though.
So much so that as I've gotten older, I try to make a solid effort to wake up and think, okay, you're going to remember this in the morning. Or if there's any question of if I'm going to remember it, I quickly grab my phone and I jot it down in my notes because I want to remember it. So we thought we would talk today just about some crazy, weird fucking dreams we've had, some crazy stories we've heard about dreams that people have had, and then, talk it through. So the first thing is I've got some stuff pulled up on the psychology around dreams. So, psychologists say that dreams are considered natural parts of biological cognitive function unless they're accompanied by other symptoms. So in general, psychology experts say that dreams are used for problem solving, routine brain activation, maintenance, or personality development, mood tracing, and truth finding. The problem solving thing, I can 100% believe that. I feel like, yes. They also say that some dreams are disguised fulfillments of repressed desires. I think that's a Sigmund Freud.
Oh, yeah.
I think dreams are the symbolic language of the unconscious mind. Dreams are dreams are manifestations of our deepest fears and desires.
Oh, I could see that.
And I can see that too.
Yeah.
So we will start with you. Do you remember, if I said to you right now, I want to hear about the strangest dream you have ever had, can you think of is there one in particular that pops into your mind?
I feel like there's two that pop into my mind. One that I used to always have as a child.
Is this a reoccurring?
Yeah, it was like a reoccurring dream that I would have as a kid, and it's actually pretty stupid, but okay, so it's maybe the Little Tykes brand. They would have the playhouses or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I always had a dream that I got stuck in it. And the only way to get me out was that my parents had to hire somebody in a helicopter to come fly over and lift it off of me.
Had you been watching What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No, I don't even know what that is, honestly.
You've never seen that movie?
Okay, no, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm going to get yelled at because anytime that you're you've never seen that, Dakota will message me and he's like, you've never seen that? What is it? What's
Eating Gilbert Grape? It's got Johnny Depp in it and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I've never heard of this. All right. It came out the year I was born, though. So
still, that is a classic.
All right, I'll watch it later.
You absolutely need to watch it.
Okay, I think I can watch it on YouTube.
So that's the dream that you think of.
Yeah, I also have a lot of there's another one where there was a terrorist attack in our town.
Can you remember anything like when you were really, really little? Dreams from when you were really, really little?
No, not really.
Okay.
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember, gosh, I was probably maybe it had to be before kindergarten, 3 or 4, maybe. But my babysitter at the time, her name was Penny. And I remember I'm going to explain this to you. And those that are like old, like me, probably know what I'm talking
You're not
about.
old.
But I don't know if you do.
Okay.
I had a waterbed.
I loved a waterbed.
I had a waterbed. And the waterbed frame had, so like the headboard had, it was wooden. And I think it had doors in it.
Did we literally had the exact same
to where you
waterbed.
could store stuff in it. But do you remember where the bed frame actually connected to the headboard? There was a space in between the bed frame and the wall. And it was a square, right? Because your bed frame was square and your headboard was square. I distinctly remember having a dream where my babysitter's head was stuck in that hole. And I was watching her face turn colors. But when I say turn colors, I mean turn colors like the horse out of The Wizard of Oz. It was like purple, yellow, blue, red. Like her face was changing colors just like that horse does. And I remember waking up and my head, I had somehow gotten turned around in the bed and my head was like kind of in that hole in the head, like underneath the headboard. But I remember that dream so vividly. I can still see her face to this day in my head changing colors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's traumatic.
It was so strange. And then I think like, you know, I think the next set of dreams that I really vividly remember are when I was in like junior high. Well, even before then, I have always had awful nightmares about tornadoes. Always.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Being in them, not being able to get away from them. When I was in 6th grade, my parents divorced and we moved to a different town. And it was right next, the house that we lived at was like a block from the train tracks. And I would have reoccurring nightmares about trains because I could hear them in my sleep.
Yeah.
But then I think after that, some of the most vivid dreams I've had really happened after I started having kids. And I've had some I've had some nightmares to the point that I will wake up in the middle of the night screaming and bawling and so frantic.
Do you think it's because you know that like it's your job to protect them and keep them safe?
Well, one of them was about Aaron actually, and it was I had Gage. We already had Gage, and this was probably the first. This was the first dream I had ever had where I woke up like that, just like frantic and bawling and screaming and couldn't breathe. In my dream, we were on Highway 24 and we were walking, and you know that bridge that crosses the railroad tracks right there by the Walgreens? Okay, that bridge had been damaged and it was like cut in half.
Oh.
And I remember somehow Aaron ended up off of the bridge. He's hanging off the bridge and I am holding him. It's going to make me cry just telling you. I'm holding him. But I remember feeling him slipping.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember feeling him gone. And I remember watching him, and I remember that, like, even talking about it now, I can feel it in my chest. That feeling of I had no control.
Yeah.
No control. There was nothing I could do to save him, and I'm just watching him fall. And I remember waking up right before he, like, hit the ground, and I have never been so upset in all my life. I was screaming, bawling, and this guy's he's waking up next to me like, holy fuck, what's going on? Are you okay? But that was one of the worst. And I've had another one about my kids that I will not talk about because I will lose my shit on that one. I will cry with that one. But those two dreams in particular are the worst nightmares I've ever had.
That's so scary.
It is very scary. Yeah.
Do you ever have the dreams where like you wake up, you have the dream and it's in the middle, or I guess nightmare. I use those interchangeably, where you wake up and you're like, I have to wake myself up at this point and I have to stay awake so that I will not fall back into that nightmare?
No.
Okay, so I had one, I guess it was like...
Well, I now sometimes I do if it involves like a spirit. This is gonna sound so weird. If it
Okay.
involves like a spirit,
Okay.
because in some of my dreams I do feel like there's something with me. It's a very hard feeling to explain, and sometimes I feel like this in real life too.
Oh, you feel like you're not alone.
Yes, there's something with you. Or something feels, I don't want to say off, because sometimes it doesn't necessarily feel off. You just feel like I'm not alone.
Right.
There's something with me, someone with me. And I've had dreams where I've felt that, and it's not a good something. And then I'll wake up and my eyes are darting around the room. Now those ones I'll be like, okay, I just need to sit here for a minute and not fall back asleep for a few.
Yeah.
Like that.
I had one the other week. Okay, so I guess another recurring, usually if I have a nightmare, this is how it is. It's always usually around the same, like I'm in my house and somebody is either trying to break in or they are like trying to attack me, and like my house is my safe space. So like I'm always scared because somebody's like alongside the perimeter of my house.
Oh yeah.
But so this last dream I had, I went to grab my mail, and the mail person, it was like a female, she was like, oh, hey, here's your mail. And I was in a towel for some reason. And so I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And so like as I was grabbing that from her, the Amazon truck showed up. And like I had the door closed in my house, and the Amazon driver opened my door, and I was like, whoa, no, just leave it there. And I was like in a towel, and like the guy like dropped the packages and like came up to me and like ripped my towel off and kept trying to touch me. And I was like, no, like get the fuck away from me. Like, what are you doing? Like kept trying to like get him. And
So this problem solving is telling you to stop ordering from Amazon.
clearly that's what, because I was traumatized, and I don't ever know if I even noticed the Amazon driver. But I was like, it was so, and I just kept I woke up like in the middle of me being like, because I just kept like backing away, being like, why are you doing this? Like, what the fuck? And I've kept myself awake for like an hour afterwards, because I was like, I am not falling back into that dream.
Wow.
I don't know. It's weird. It's always like I'm in my house and it's like somebody is violating my safe space. Like, you know, like on the movie The Strangers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's very much kind of like that.
So it's like a fear of yours of you not feeling safe at home anymore.
Yeah.
So I have had I've had dreams, and this is going to sound very weird to a lot of people, I'm sure. I've had dreams of people that I know, maybe not know super well, but I know of them. I know them prior to them passing.
Yeah, you actually have.
So
You're
now
right.
it's like a thing for me that if you appear in my dream, I instantly am like checking on you the next day.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is everything okay? Because the one that I will talk about is Steven. So like
Oh, yeah.
really good friend had brain cancer, and he's 2-3 years younger than I am. And I knew he was sick. He had been sick for a long time. And this is also another one of those weeks where I felt like somebody was with me. It's very strange. But I had a dream that he was in, and I remember being like really sad throughout the whole dream. And there was a song that kept playing in the background. You probably don't know it. It's a Madonna song. Hold on. It is called. It's also off of a movie that you probably don't even know.
It's fine.
It was a Brendan Fraser movie. Do you know who Brendan
yeah,
Fraser
I do
is?
know who he is.
Okay.
He's Tarzan, right?
He is Tarzan.
Yeah.
It was called I'll Remember.
Oh, okay.
And it's from, I don't know if it's probably going to play. It is. It's from the movie With Honors.
Okay.
That's another really good movie you'll have to watch.
All right.
But anyways, it's a really sad Madonna song. And it kept playing in the background of this dream. And I had that dream about a week before he passed away. So I had that dream. I woke up the next day, and it kind of, sometimes you get these dreams where it just makes you feel really funky for a few days.
Yes.
It like really messes
It just
with
like
your mentality.
stays with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that entire week before he passed. So I had the dream, and then that whole week, I just felt like something was here. And I kept telling Aaron that. I was like doing stuff in the bathroom. I think I was ripping the floor out. And I was like, I feel really off today. Like somebody's here or something's here, but it's not bad. I can't figure it out. It's very strange. And then like a week later, I found out Steven had died.
Yeah.
And it was just very strange.
Yeah, I know people listening are probably like, okay, Ashley, that's like a one-off. No, like this has actually happened a couple other times.
It has
and
happened.
It's actually because I think even before one of the people passed away, you had told me about the dream
That morning.
Yeah, and then we like
Found out a couple hours later.
Yeah,
Very weird.
very strange.
Yeah.
It's like you're like in tune with something.
So this brings up to another like question about dreams. There are people that think that from a psychological standpoint, it's just us like working through repressed memories or problem solving. The other really weird dream I had was last year. I had a dream that I was bit by a snake. I have a dictionary. It's a dream dictionary.
I have an addiction to snakes.
No. I have a dream dictionary. And this is the only dream that I have ever had where I physically felt pain. It was very strange.
Okay.
And so I started looking up what being bit by a snake meant, and it meant that you had unknown medical issues.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I was like, that's really weird. That I'm fine. I'm healthy. Nope. It was like a week later, I had all of those kidney issues.
Oh God. Yeah, that
And
was
then
the
And then I had to have that surgery. It was like a week before or 2 weeks before all of that happened. I had that snake dream. It was very strange. But there are some people that think that like our dreams are, this is on a woo-woo level, I guess. They like attach you to other realms, other worlds. It does put you like, if it's the state of you being the most open and vulnerable is when you're sleeping and your brain is completely open to everything. And so there's a lot of people that think that that does make you more in tune with other
like levels of
things.
consciousness and stuff. Yeah.
But that's kind of like what triggered this for me was that story about that girl that was like, I had this dream where I was in another world and I was being chased by Neanderthals and I was killed, because I've heard so many stories about people that have had dreams where they're in other worlds.
Well, didn't I just have a dream this week about it? I can't even remember what kind of farmer I thought I was.
Broccoli.
Oh yeah, I was a broccoli farmer. But I was I entered a whole different realm.
Yep. I had one. Let me go back and look at my notes, because this was one of those ones where I woke up and I was like, there ain't no way I'm forgetting that dream, because that was fucked up. It was on June 25th. I had one on June 25th where I was in a totally different world, and I knew it. I knew that I was in a different world.
Wait, you called me about this one.
I did.
Yes.
So I had this dream that it was me and Aaron and our kids in here, in this world on Earth, and it was being attacked.
Yeah.
And our world was ending due to these other beings attacking us, but also because earthquakes, tornadoes, and floods, like just natural disasters were occurring, and everybody was dying. And we were just, it was like, it's the end of the world as you know it. And we're like trying to survive, right?
Yeah.
And I remember this guy friend, I ran into him and he's like telling me he's not going to make it. Take my kid and make sure he makes it. He needs this special medication. So he gives me his kid, and it's almost like then it fades and I wake up and I'm in a totally different world. But this world, like I remember coming out of like a tube.
Like a hole?
No, like you know what I'm talking about? Like they had the alien bodies in it. It was like whatever.
Like a capsule.
Yeah, I came out of something like that, and I was me, but I didn't look like me.
Yep, I literally remember this dream.
But I didn't look like me. You didn't walk. You like floated through things. And there was this lady there greeting me, telling me she's like the queen of this realm, and I'm her new like daughter, and my kids are there. they've already been awoken out of their capsule or whatever. Aaron's not there. He's still baking apparently. I don't know, but
or frozen, because I feel like some of them
True.
say that it's like
like a test tube.
cryotherapy.
I was trying to think of test tube earlier. Yeah. But I do remember like people, what else did I say? The cats? Was it cats?
Yep.
Hold on.
No, you said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that cats were like,
Oh yeah. Yes. Because cats were like they worshipped cats. Almost like an Egyptian. They worshipped cats too. They were like the protector of the underworld or whatever.
isn't it China or Japan that also holds cats to a really high
Standard?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember I could communicate with cats and nobody else could. And this was what made me so special to them, was that cats would listen to me, which
I was going to say,
do.
Well, I was going to say like BB, your cat, is like,
and Jasper.
yeah, they both like love you and gravitate towards you.
Yes. And so like I also had like a sister, and we started to be attacked by the same people, the same beings that were attacking Earth, but they were attacking this new world and realm looking for me. And I just remember they were searching for me. And anyways, yeah, it was this big, long thing. But I distinctly remember waking up, and the feeling that I felt was almost like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah, you just felt very off.
This is not where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Why am I here? It was kind of like this morning I woke up, and I remember looking at Aaron and saying, what day is it? It's like when you sleep so heavy.
Oh my
and then
God.
You're like, I don't even know what day this is.
I remember a dream. It was after I graduated high school, and the seasons were changing. I feel like daylight savings time had happened. So like we would still have some relatively warm days, and then like you would get a really quick cold front coming in. Mm-hmm. I remember going to like my college classes, coming home, and I was like, I'm going to take a nap. So I took a nap, and I don't know where my mom or little brother were, but I woke up and it was so dark outside, and I was so fucked up because I was like, how long have I slept? Like, what day is it? Mm-hmm. What season is it even? Mm-hmm. And I just, it was, honestly, it was also such a good nap that like, I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron and I were talking about that this morning. I said something about, I woke up today not knowing what day it was or where I was even at. I don't know if anybody else has that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like you sleep so hard. But yeah, or I also hate these dreams where, because I had them a lot as a kid, you have this dream that you have this thing that you've wanted for the longest time, like a toy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In your dream, you got this toy, or in your dream, you found, I remember finding money in my purse. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much money. Or I love this toy. I'm so happy I have it.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and it seemed so real, like you really had that
And
thing,
you had played with it or something.
and you don't have it.
I have also had dreams help me find stuff.
I have not had dreams help me find things. I'm still looking for my sanity. So, but yeah. Some of the weirdest ones that I think have stuck with me are stories about, there was this listener tales on Morbid one time where they were talking about dreams, and this girl had wrote in talking about how, I don't remember how old she was, but it was over a length of years, a time period of years. She would have a dream every night, and every single night she would go back to the same world every night. And she could wander around this world, and she made friends in this world. And as she got older, she talked about how there was a dream that she had where she entered the world and it felt different. It didn't feel good and accepting. Mm-hmm. And as she was like walking through the town, people were staring at her almost like she had done something wrong, but she didn't know what she had done wrong. And then I think what had ended up happening was she had murdered somebody in this world, and she was basically kicked out. And,
oh my gosh.
And it was just like one night she could never go back.
And that's so crazy because that was probably her safe space when she slept. And so
Yeah, but it was literally like years.
Yeah.
She just kept going back. So what was it that
Happened.
yeah, and she talked about how like there was one other time, I think as she was older, that she tried to go back, but there was something dark there that kept like rejecting her and saying, no, you can't, you're not supposed to be here.
That is insane.
Yep.
Yeah, so then do you think like maybe her like brain had to rewire?
I don't know.
Because her brain would kept trying to send her there.
Or did she really like,
Or did she really do something?
yeah, did she say, I don't know.
But see, then shit like that messes with me because then I'm like, is our just existence somebody else's dream? Like, are people dreaming into our life? Like, do you ever think about it? Like, the people that are in your life for a temporary amount of time, are
Yeah.
they just dreaming? Are they just coming to visit us in their dreams
I
and
don't-
that's why they leave?
You know what fucked with me? Speaking of this, last week was I think it was the 40th anniversary of the Never Ending Story. And I took Memphis to go watch it on the big screen, and we went with a couple of friends. And I never really like paid attention to the end of this. I mean, that's so old. I've watched it 1,000 times, but I never really paid attention to the end of that movie. And in the end of that movie, the Empress is talking about how he's reading their story. Somebody else is reading his story. And so then I sat there thinking like, oh my God, is somebody reading our story?
Yeah.
Like it's like a chain.
Yeah.
It's so strange. And then it like really fucked with my head for the rest of the day. Yeah.
No.
I know.
It's just,
It makes my brain hurt to think about
Absolutely.
it because it's like it just keeps tunneling, and I'm like, and then eventually I'm like, holy fuck, what am I thinking about?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, because then you also meet those people that they say that they tap into these different levels of consciousness, and I'm like, is it a different level of consciousness, or like, are you just fucked up in the head?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, they said that about Leonardo da Vinci. And
I thought you were gonna say DiCaprio, and I was like, no,
No.
he's just a predator, bro.
maybe. Drugs. I don't know. No, Leonardo da Vinci. He was coming up with inventions that we use now. Like he invented the freaking helicopter. I mean, it wasn't the helicopter, but it was the
Right.
same concept for
Yeah.
then. Where did he get that knowledge from?
That's very true.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
so strange.
people that are just come up with like multiple inventions, and it's like, what did you tap into?
well, they talk
find
about
that.
what did I call it? The
Cognitive? No.
nope. Akashic records.
Oh yeah.
The
Yep.
Akashic records. They say it's like it's a field, like you can't. It's like a library that stores all of the secrets and the everything to life, and there are people that can tap into that and see everything. It's very like an Einstein.
Yes.
They just Nikola Tesla was another one.
I was gonna say maybe even Elon Musk.
Maybe.
I mean, he's smart as fuck. He's annoying,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's strange as fuck, man. But that's also like I find it so strange people that can lucid dream.
Lucid dreaming scares me.
I'm not going to say this. I think I would like to see if I can do it, but then the scared portion of me would be afraid of getting stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like that what was that movie? That show called Behind Her Eyes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen to me.
No.
And I also don't want to see that. I think I would wake up in total fear after seeing the look on people's faces. Because they say that if you can lucid dream, you're lucid dreaming if you can make yourself ask the people in your dream what day it is.
Oh yeah.
And watch their expressions. Some people talk about how they get very angry and they start yelling at you. Like, you're not supposed to ask that question. You're not supposed to have that information. I've heard and read stories of people talking about how when people turn and look at them, their faces like melt.
Yeah.
Like they're not, it's just very scary.
Yeah, I'm good. That's not something I want to tap into.
I don't know. I think it could be kind of
Okay,
cool.
you
It's
try
like
it
tapping
and then
into
come back.
your past lives. Do you think that's true?
No.
You don't think you
I
can
don't
tap
know.
into your past lives?
I don't know.
Maybe you were a broccoli farmer.
Maybe I was a broccoli farmer. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The whole reincarnation kind of thing, it's so like, it's something that I don't know if I could fathom. Like, 'cause sometimes, I believe in God, and I believe that, like, after you die, you go to heaven. But also that sometimes I'm like, I just don't understand it. It may be like, I'm just too narrow-minded to understand that,
I don't think you're supposed to understand it.
Yeah, like, anything that has to do with, like,
If you were talking to a true Christian right now, they would say, you're just supposed to have faith.
I mean, I do have faith that there's something more, but it's just like, just being able to fathom that, like, my life will, on this earth, in this body, will end, and I will still, like, be existing on a different plane or area of life. I don't know, it fucks with me, man. It makes it just, even thinking that, like, the me now could have, like, I could have gone through multiple trials of life.
Oh, yeah.
To who I am, like, I don't know.
You know what, like, really fucks with me when you start to think about stuff like this is the level of love that I have for my kids.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, like, what if I had other kids?
Yeah. And you can't remember them.
Yeah. Or I don't want to ever love I don't ever want to love, different kids other than these kids, because these are my kids. You know what I mean? Like, not saying like I wouldn't love other kids, but you know what I'm saying? Like, these are mine.
Yeah, it's yours. You
thinking about it in another life, like,
yeah,
I don't know as I want that. I don't know. It's just very.
No, I agree.
It's a weird feeling.
I don't like it.
It's strange.
I'm good.
Strange.
Yes, that's one of those things that I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to try to understand it, try to fathom it.
Yeah, I don't know. And then you start to think about. Sorry, I was really just like
you were fucking
thinking
zoned
about it.
Yeah.
Well, because you think about like paranormal activity and how does that tie into all of that shit too?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that just energy that's left behind?
Yeah, but then, like, why? What did you do to get your energy left behind? Because I don't want to be that fucking person that's stuck here.
Did I ever tell you this?
I don't know.
This theory. Somebody said that, I don't remember what it was on one time. Somebody said that if you, like, to put it into a concept of, if you've been murdered in a place and that piece of your energy is left behind, and then you go through reincarnation, there could be a day where you show up at that place where you died in a past life, where your energy was left at a past life, and you are being haunted by yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that, but I was like, man, that's really trippy. I
So,
guess
like,
if that's what you
also,
think,
though, what
super
if
trippy.
What if, like, all of the animals that you have are past lives that have existed in the house that you live in?
That's what I'm saying, man.
I don't know,
just
man.
like really starts to fuck with your
People
head.
are probably like, I wish these assholes would shut up.
And I swear to God, we are not stoned right now.
No, sober as can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? These are the rabbit holes that you go down.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
my brain hurts, so I'm done.
Yeah, my yapping has my social battery has ran out at this point for that one.
Too much thinking.
Yeah. So
that's it for this episode.
We'll see you next week. But in the meantime,
you totally
I don't
skipped
know
the
what
whole
I did.
version.
I was trying to wing it.
Okay, but for real, follow us on your podcast platforms, wherever you get them from, because we're on a lot of them now. We don't even want to go through the list anymore.
Nope.
The top 3 though are Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music.
Did
and
you say
Apple.
did you say top 3 or top 5?
3.
Oh, okay.
That's the 4. If I said 5, scratch it. 4. It's 4. But anyways, yes, we're done with this episode. So we'll catch you next week.
Tap that app, bitches.
Yeah, tap that app. And
we'll see you next week.
But in
the
the
meantime,
throwing you a bone and you're killing me here, Smalls. Stay strange, my friends, but not so strange that you forget your freaking ending brain.
Literally.